Opinions expressed by the hosts, guests, or messages posted in chat are strictly their own personal views and do not reflect the views of Bolin Services Inc., a 501c3 nonprofit organization, nor does it reflect the views of the sponsors of this program. Political commentary, if any, are strictly personal opinions and should not be construed as endorsements of or opposition to any political party, candidate, or voter initiative by Bolin Services Inc. This audio-visual presentation is copyrighted by Kenneth W. Bolin. No rebroadcast, retransmission, simulcast, or other distribution of this video or the audio associated with it is permitted without the express written permission of Kenneth W. Bolin. All original content on this presentation is owned in full and solely by Kenneth W. Bolin.
Warning, the following podcast has extremely high levels of Kenny Bolin. Studies have shown that excessive exposure to Kenny Bolin may have damaging effects to your physical and mental well-being. Viewer discretion is advised. No, seriously, we mean it. There will be naughty words, lots of them, probably. Now you've been warned. This warning sponsored by the Story Time with Dutch Mantel.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Bolin Alley / Starmaker Bolin Show. We try to cover both, just in case. The Bolin Alley has a tendency to be a little bit more political content, political opinions, and that works its way into the show every now and then, depending what people want to talk about. If you bring it up, we'll talk about it. Still in recovery mode from what happened on Tuesday morning. Like I said, every day above dirt's a good day, so not going to complain. Wasn't sure I was going to be able to do a show tonight because we've had internet outages that started hitting air around 6 or 6:30. We were told it was going to last to as late as 10:30 to midnight, but it's back up and running now. They said there might be some periodic outages. So far, that hasn't happened. So if the show goes away or you lose the signal, you will know what happened. But I figured we'd get on here and do our best. We do have a few families in need. Jambi's bedroom floor is caving in. We fixed her kitchen floor. The bedroom floor we kind of did like a temporary fix on about a year ago by putting some carpet over some bad areas. Well, now the floor is caving in. Well, the original estimate to just totally gut the floor and fix it was going to be 8,500 pesos, which was going to be close to 90. Well, it was more than that. It's going to be about 100. 5,000 is 100. So about 150, 160 bucks. Sneaking up on 180 if we got to 9,000 pesos, and by the time we got all there. So I said, well, we can't afford that. Certainly not now. Wish we could. Not much we can do. Well, maybe we'll have to start sleeping in the kitchen. I said, well, sorry, but that might be what you have to do. So she spoke to a neighbor that says that they could put bamboo reinforcement down to at least keep the floor from caving in, put the carpet over the bamboo, make sure the dog and the kids and everybody does not, how you doing, Eunice? To make sure the dog and the kid and everybody doesn't fall through the floor. We could do that from the estimate she just gave me for 1,900 pesos. It beats the hell out of nearly 9,000 pesos to do a bamboo reinforced floor for now. So that's one project we're looking at. Kimberly wrote me and says that they do not have dish, which means we have rice. We just ain't got anything to go with it, like eggs or soups or various things like that. Eunice is in here, and we got Eunice's mother, her last round of medication. I just heard from Eunice's mother for the first time in a while, and she's hoping to be back to work within the next 2 weeks or less, from what I'm understanding. We got her last round of medication, all that good stuff. We've been getting her therapy as we can afford to do so, and getting her back on the road to recovery. Now, I don't know how many of you be in here tonight. It's the Saturday shows are never a guarantee that we're even going to do them. Support sometimes is real good, sometimes not good at all. But I try to wait till late enough to where everybody's done whatever they're going to do on Saturday night, especially if they like hanging outside. But it's been so damn hot lately. I sat outside for a little bit. As a matter of fact, I just got back from Jimmy John's. And to be the Wade Barrett of this show, a little bit later in the show, I've got some bad news. Some bad news. Jazzy Jana watching the show. Hadn't seen Jazzy in a little bit. Jazzy, the lone wrench handler around here, other than me, Bob, and Coltrane. Glad to drop in tonight. Yeah, you've told me that. And Eunice's mother, we're trying to get her on the road to recovery. I think we're getting close. She had a stroke several weeks ago. Been trying to get her back on the road. I had my scare Tuesday morning. Forgot to tell the emergency people that were here from University, I guess U of L, that my banged my head real bad on top of all the other crap that went on. So I don't know. Probably should have threw that in, but we're getting there. And yeah, Jambi, your new updated price might be workable if we get some donations in tonight. Like I said, it'd probably be about $35 to $40 to fix your bedroom floor, as opposed to nearly $200. $200 we could not afford. That's a lot of food out of a lot of people's mouths if we do that. I had a young lady today write me. She says, I want to attend an event at school, and I'd like to wear a dress. I don't have any dresses. Send me a price for the dress. Well, the dress was $30. I said, well, we can't do $30 for a dress, because $30 to feed a family for 2 weeks. A family of 4 could eat for 2 weeks on $35. I said, we can't do that. So she sends me back an 800 peso dress, and she really wants to do that. I said, well, that's better. You know, that's now a $15 dress instead of a $30 or $32 dress. So and it looked very nice. And the other one was too damn formal to wear more than once anyway. She was never going to wear that dress again. And that wasn't Kimberly. I think that was Janine, I think. I think it was Janine. My cute little friend got her roof fixed, the one that we were raising the money here to fix her roof. She's so happy because she's standing under her. I sent a couple of videos out to some of you. She's like 15, I think. I don't think she's turned 16 yet, not till October. But she speaks the best English in the family. And so she kind of coordinates everything. And wow, that cute little girl just standing there with it raining, and she's not getting wet. And you don't see the rain pouring down in behind her. And the maintenance men did half the job yesterday, but didn't finish it. And she's business savvy enough that she did not pay them yesterday. She says, well, Mr. Kenny, if we pay them, they might not come back and finish the work. I said, well, that's been done. That's been done. And no, good business sense on your part. When you're done with the job, you get paid. I don't pay mechanics before they're done. I don't pay lawn care people before they're done. If you're coming in to clean my home, you're not getting paid in advance. Then see, if you earned your money or not. No, you get paid when the job is done. So, and she didn't even let them buy the tarp. She went down and bought the tarp and everything. And a cute little girl. And I'm just so happy that now when it rains and pours down rain, half their house ain't getting flooded. And they have to go to a dry spot in the house if they can find one. And that's why I recommended the tarp, because we could cover the entire house. May not last as long as the original, but I've put tarps on homes that have lasted for years. As long as they use the double trap type of tarp that hooks to the home and will not blow away. Now, if you just throw a standard old tarp up there and try and tie it down, then yeah, it's not going to, if you get the thin shit, it ain't going to last long. So spread the word if you're watching the show, if you know people that like to help people. It's amazing how far $10, $15, and $20 donations go if enough people do it. The sad part here is we sometimes will have a few thousand people watch the show throughout the week, and you've got 5 or 10 people that are the primary ones that donate. And I don't get it. I really don't. They know what the purpose of the show is. They know what we do. They know where the money goes. We had our 7 trolls that claimed it was a scam until they were gotten rid of. 3 of those trolls are still lurking in the background. I don't know. I do not understand some people. So yeah, the internet's hanging in there so far. So I'll hang around here 30 minutes if we don't make any donations, and if we can make at least 60 to 80 bucks tonight to help some of these other families, that would be great too. But I'll give it a shot. So far we have no donations. Well, big shocker there. Yeah, checking my email. That's normally where I get the notification out. And we got some of you we haven't heard from donation-wise in a while. I don't know what happened to good Chris. I've reached out to him. I'm hoping he's still alive. To my knowledge, nothing would have been said or done on this show that would have just made him go away. I reached out. The only way I had to reach him was on PayPal. And told him, hey, man, if you ain't got the money to donate, don't worry about it. Just let us know you're okay. Well, he hadn't even done that. Unless something's happened and he's embarrassed about it. I mean, I don't know. Because people keep asking, well, where's good Chris? He was always good for, $50, $75, $100 a month. And, well, he was, but not the last 3 months. So, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I just hope he's okay. But when he doesn't answer me, it makes me wonder what's up. I don't even know how old he is. I've got some fans that donate to the show, and then they'll write me and tell me they're older than I am, which I didn't know. I never knew that. There's Vanessa in the house. How you doing, Vanessa? And Anna Marissa's watching the show. Hi, how you doing? And so, yeah, if we have anybody out there that's able to help us with these projects, couple of the families needing either sardines or soup or eggs to go with their rice. They're not asking for anything horribly out of the question. Eric Darcy, how are you not over here with your membership on YouTube? What are you doing over here freeloading on Facebook? What are you doing? But there's Eric. Eric, we chat every now and then. And, yeah, we open up Facebook so the Filipinos will have an opportunity to chime in. Some of them have a YouTube account. We don't ask them to get memberships because those are the people that we're here to help. That is the thing of the show. All right, there's Angie. Hope I don't regret this. Dad, thank you very much. Oh, there's sweet little Angie. Dad, thank you very much for those who donated so we could buy. That's my sweet little Angeline, I think is probably. Do you pronounce your name Angeline, sweetie? That would be my guess. I noticed some of the Filipinos break their name up into 2 names and make us guess. And I sent video to many of you that saw her on the video thanking us for raising the money to fix her roof. But that was something that had to be done because that's keeping people sick. When it's raining in the house, and it rains every day, and she's got parents that were getting sick and brothers and sisters. She's got 4 brothers that were getting sick. And I figured, well, if we can make it not rain in the house, that might help a lot of things. Number 1, you ain't getting wet. Number 2, maybe it'll lighten up on people getting sick so damn much. And today is their first dry day. The tarp just got completed today. And she took some pictures, and I could hear it raining outside, but I didn't see it raining inside. So that was a step in the right direction. Bob Hazelwood, one of the other co-hosts of this show, issued a challenge where he donated $100 if we could raise $100 in the room. And then I covered the 100 for Jin Jin. We got a little bit of help on that, but nowhere near 100 to help her get certified. She starts her first day at work, making 600 pesos a day on Tuesday. She was making 200 pesos a day. And when Jollibee opens back up, she'll be getting 850 pesos a day. But she was fortunate enough to find a part-time job that will take her now. But it cost literally $550 to get her legal, which we've been paying that over a period of 3 months to get her birth certificate, 4 other sets of paperwork that she needed, medical clearance, eyeglasses so she could see what the hell she's doing. And it was expensive, but we committed to do it, Bob and I spent most of that $550, and the show paid some of it. But at least we now have her to the point where she will be self-sufficient, like we've done with Vanessa and Eunice's mother, and various others. And Eunice and her mother both are apparently watching the show right now. Hi, baby. Hope you're doing good. Your hair looks young and your face looks fresh. Well, the hair needed cut, sweetie. There's no doubt about that. The hair definitely needed cut. I sat in front of a 70-inch screen, so I'm been told it'd be a good idea that I wear sunglasses more often than not to cut down on the glare and everything on my eyes. Plus, I'm tired as hell today. Still recovering from what happened on Tuesday. Like I said, on the previous 2 shows, I wasn't convinced I was even going to live. And so when you think you're going to die, and then you have a next day and a next day and got to eat at their sponsor, I better plug them here real quick. They got the big logo on the show tonight. Peak hair genetics. Well, for 65 and a half years old, now finally just got it cut, which needed to be done badly because this was some bad hair there for a while. But shout out to Jimmy John's. We just had dinner there this evening, and they set us up with a wonderful dinner. And I haven't opened my chips yet. They even knew which chips we wanted. They sent us with the jalapeno chips. And so the chips are there. I've got my Jimmy John's drink ready to go. Shout out to Jimmy John's. But like I said earlier, we got some bad news. Let me get my go bag. My go bag, this goes everywhere I go. It's the BS go bag. All the essentials are in here. Wallet, keys, backup keys, power packs, phone, everything. If I need it, if I need to get through a few days, if something's gone on that I can't get back in my home or I'm stranded somewhere, the go bag gets me through. Do you want to see what's in this go bag? You see what that is right there? We'll take a good look because they're gone. That is the pumpkin cheesecake cookie at Jimmy John's. And I haven't opened that one yet, by the way. But they knew how much I loved it, and they took care of me up there today. And but it's gone. Apparently due to the overwhelming promotion on this show promoting this pumpkin cheesecake cookie, they're gone. Long before Halloween got here. They don't know that they can get any more made before Halloween. They never anticipated they were going to sell this quickly. Plus the chewiness of the cookie. Some wanted a crispier cookie with the company, and some were happy with the chewy version of the cookie. But apparently there are also some that are wanting to make a crispier version, like the chocolate chip cookie. The chocolate chip is a crisper, which I probably have one of those in here too. Yeah. There's the chocolate chip cookie. That's a real good cookie too. And I think they're about $2.50 each. They're about. And I wouldn't know. But the bad news is I've been told that this one now is officially pretty much sold out nationwide. If you can get one of these, you're doing something. If you can get one of those, you're doing something. And they set me up pretty good. If I'm not a pig about it, don't give them to the neighbors. They ain't getting that one. And I also reached in my pocket and I bought, I think about 8 of the chocolate chip, 7 or 8 somewhere. I just handed them my card and said, "Here, bill me for some of these," because I got people in my building I want to reward with something nice when they help me out around here, take my trash down, help me with my yard or whatever. So it's nice to give them a $3 cookie. I think with tax it's nearly $3, but it's a good cookie. I normally eat half of them at a time. And I had the kickin' chicken wrap tonight, half of one. The other half's in the fridge, and I also got a backup kickin' chicken wrap. I also have a spicy Italian sandwich in the fridge that I haven't eaten yet. So I'm set up pretty good for a few days. And these cookies are made. How you doing, Shannon? Y'all have heard me say what my name used to be. There's Shannon, right? How you doing, Shannon? Miss you too, sweetie. Where are you living these days, Shannon? Where you live at these days? And I heard from Tabby. Tabby wrote me when the stuff was going on with Thordy, and I'm so sorry about that. I mean, I've known Thordy since I was a little kid. I've known him since I was, 7, 8 years old? 6? He was a little bitty then. I was a few years older than Thordy. But yeah, Tabby wrote me, but I never heard anything more back from Tabby. But where are you living now? Tabby, I know, was in town for a little bit over her father. And, but I miss you too, sweetie. Miss a lot of my rising brethren from the old days. And Mom and Dad got divorced when I was 14. But I kept up with most of the risings. As a matter of fact, I was invited to all the family reunions. Even when I was in pro wrestling, they still invited me, and I'd still go. Sometimes I'd take the wrestlers with me, or 1 or 2 of them, if they wanted to go. I know my son went to a few of those with me. My daughter-in-law wanted to go, but she had to go back to Germany before she got to go to the because when COVID hit, we didn't have any family reunions for a while. And so she really wanted to go. She wanted to meet all the Risen family because she's heard so many stories that I used to tell on the shows. So we're going to check again because our 30 minutes is going to be up here pretty soon. If we don't have any donations, and we need to make $60 to stay past. Well, we got one donation. Eric Darcy trying to help us out a little bit, being as he's freeloading over on Facebook. But Eric Darcy with a $15 donation. The only donation of the night. So thank you, Eric. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. We need to make 60 to stay here. We need to make about 40 to fix Jambi's floor. Probably need about 20 to get eggs and soups for Kimberly's family. I know there's another family. You're still in Louisville? Okay. And yeah, hanging in there is about all any of us can do, sweetie. Hanging in there is about all any of us can do. I had my own scare Tuesday morning, but I'm here now, so that's pretty much all that matters. They're having a Memorial Day, September 6th at Buckner Park. All right. Well, that's not all that far down the road. Let me see what I can't do to make that one. Are they having all the Risens out? Is it like a regular family reunion? And Buckner Park is normally where they have them. I don't get around real well, but let me see what I can do. And if I'm invited, and if it's going to be like a regular family reunion, unfortunately, we don't have a lot of them with us that used to be there when I'd go. And remember, I go back to Uncle David, born August the 5th. Just had his birthday recently, and I've always remembered his birthday. David was probably my favorite uncle. We got along the best. Brother of Sammy. Now, I don't hear much from Sammy these days. And, but yeah, we were very happy to get my sweet little friend tarp done to get so they don't leak anymore. That's the beautiful and sweet little Cheska. Matter of fact, I made her that picture that's on her profile there. She is such a sweet girl. She finally got back home. We've been trying to get her home for quite some time. She's back home. She's a little low on food, but we did send her a couple of small rounds of money to help her with food. But she's another one that could probably use 1,000 pesos to help her with food. It's about $20. And, but she's another one that could really use some help. But we did get her back home, and that was a bit of a process. But she's home now. She's looking for another job. She said there's only so much her family can do to help her because they struggle as well. So she's in the process of trying to find another job and trying to also go to college. It's a bit of a struggle. But Shannon, make sure to give me a reminder. And if I physically feel up to it, maybe have somebody to come out there with me to help me get around. Because like I said, my knees and back and hips are so bad. Sometimes the simple, Jimmy John's is 0.2 of a mile from me. And even that can be a chore sometimes. It's a little rough, Cheska, you look like you're about the third or fourth one that's told me that tonight of my sweet little Filipino friends that I look younger with the haircut. My head looks bigger too. The hair doesn't cover up the size of the head, it seems. And, let's see, where's everyone at? Saturdays have a tendency to be just me. Bob probably doing something nerdy. He's riding low and nerdy. And now Coltrane said he would be here. But then again, I did text them earlier tonight, let them know that my internet was out. This was about 7 or 7:30 and told them we probably were not doing a show. Then I texted them about 9 o'clock. I said, well, the internet's working, so I'm going to go live at 9:45 and hope it works. But no, Saturday nights have a tendency to just be me. And I know y'all want me to do it. Whether you want me to or not. I'm going to have a little bit of this pumpkin cheesecake cookie. Can't buy them anymore, from what I'm told. You can't even buy them anymore. Here we go. I'm going to get them. Kenny from Compton, I hope you're watching. I'm going to do half. Everybody going, he's such a pig. You're right. Very creamy and cheesy in the middle. Kenny, why are you showing us? We can't buy it no more. I know. Very creamy in the middle. Mm-hmm. Oh, damn. Put that in the go bag. I can't tell you all how good that pumpkin cheesecake cookie is. Well, you've heard it. Oh, good God. Edge Copeland in here causing trouble. As usual. As usual. Let's see. Yeah, we're trying to raise money to get Jen's eyeglasses done. Jasmine says, have a good show. I'm looking for work. Cheska says, good luck to your show. Kimberly says, let's eat. I look beautiful in the pictures you've made me. Well, she does. I go along with that. Sometimes they want new outfits, so I create new outfits for them in a picture. Well, they can't afford to buy the outfits you want. So here's this. Just woke up. How are you, Dad? Oh. Damn. I don't even... Honey, is that a tooth? Eunice, what did you send me a picture of? Oh, Eunice, apparently... Is that a dog? I don't know. I think Eunice found another dog. Eunice, what did you send me a picture of? Jazzy Jana from Louisiana helping out with a $25 challenge. Thank you, Jazzy Jana. So we have a $15 challenge from Daniel Lemley. Thank you, Daniel. $25 challenge from Jazzy Jana. So 25, that's 40. So we're just $20 away from me staying. I'll go ahead and stay for a full hour tonight, and really helping these people out. My Cash App is having. Oh, Jazzy Jana sent money on PayPal tonight, which is rare because she normally sends money. Service is restored in your area from Spectrum. Well, I got the 1 gig internet. Makes you wonder why it would ever go out. And who knows? Maybe Edge Copeland has got a little help he can throw our way and get us closer to the goal. If we could raise 120 total tonight, that would be great. But if we make another 60 within the next, another 60. If we make another 20 within the next 5 minutes, I'll go ahead and stay for a full hour and hope we can get to 120. And we'll see if Edge can be of any help to us tonight. He tries. Plus, Edge needs to come down here and pick up his Undertaker pictures whenever he gets a chance. Randy Macho Man Satterley needs to come down here, pick up his, what's he got to pick up? His Subway cards. Hang on here. Looks like we had a donation come through. I just don't know who, what, when, or why. John Van Winkle. Doesn't donate on every show, but he does when he can. And a $20 challenge from John Van Winkle to get us to the 60. So thank you, John. That was very nice of you. I need to reach out to George Captor. We haven't chatted with him in a while. He's one of the Venmo donors. Let's see. It's weird how Venmo tells you who all they pay money to. So, yeah, thank you, John. John sent that over on Venmo. Appreciate it. And, there's a... How do I donate? Sweetie, you've done it before. Did you donate on PayPal or Venmo or Cash App? The ways to donate are on the screen there. Do you see those? We've got Kenny Bolin at MSN.com. We've got Food for Filipinos. Some of these are a little longer. Food for Filipinos at gmail.com. But they go to the same place, those two. And then we have Venmo. Venmo and PayPal are now associates with us. And they are the preferred way to donate on here. And we make that clear on every show. But they also agreed to let us keep Cash App as an option, which comes in handy for Jazzy Jana and a few others that normally just donate on Cash App. But Cash App is $ Star Maker Bolin for Cash App, and Venmo and PayPal were kind enough to let us keep them aboard as an option because we said it's only going to hurt us if we take them away, because that's how some people can do. It's on the right next to the camera. It certainly is. You see the big Jimmy John's logo up there in the right hand corner. And then PayPal, the preferred way to donate on the show. Venmo is also owned by PayPal, so they also get a logo on the show as well. And now, for those that want to donate through the corporate account, now the corporate account is Bolin Services Incorporated at gmail.com. That is the PayPal 501c3 account that also links to the 501c3 bank account set up exclusively for the tax-deductible donations. I think all of you have figured out how to do it. Otherwise, let me see if I have the QR code handy. I think only 2 people have ever used the QR code. That's why I like to promote the sponsor of the day. We did Blaze Pizza the last show because we had our corporate meeting over there. And let's see, let's get them all up here. There's Blaze Pizza. Shout out to Mike at Arby's. He's out of the hospital. He had a heart attack the same day I had my issues on Tuesday. I hope he doesn't yell at me for revealing too much information, but they need to put a couple of stents in his heart. He's got like 40% blockage, and he needs to get that done, but he says he, can't leave Arby's in a bad way, that they don't have a backup general manager, and at least not for 3 more weeks. So, but my friend probably needs to get that taken care of. Paul RJ, I think, has done that with the stents in the heart. I've been very fortunate. I haven't had to do that. But Arby's, he's back to work as of Monday, which I disagree with, but I guess he had a week to recover. I know he did go to the hospital. Of course, PayPal, the preferred way to donate on the show. Jimmy John's, which we had up here earlier. Scaramucci coming on. Bolin Scaramucci for president. That's a good ticket right there. Anthony Scaramucci will be on August the 28th. That show will be catered exclusively by Jimmy John's that day. They've already called dibs on that, wanted to be a big part of that show. And there is the QR code. Now, I don't have a Venmo-only logo up yet, but for those of you that are more comfortable donating with a QR code, that is the QR code that is linked to the 501c3 account through PayPal, which is also linked to the 501c3 not-for-profit account, bank account that is linked to the PayPal account. Now, that was a pain in the ass to get done, but I need to thank my good friend Jaden, who works for PayPal, who helped me get all that set up, got us approved through the bank links and everything, and then was a real big help to me of tying in the 501c3 PayPal account, which is a separate account. Kenny Bolin at MSN Food for Filipinos. If you donate to us over there as friends and family, there are no fees. To my knowledge, there is not a 0-fee option with the 501c3 account, but the fees are not as dramatic as they would be if you did not pay friends and family over here. So I know I'm complicating everything. You're always fine to donate the way you've been doing. We can just transfer the money to the 501c3 account, which we've been doing recently. And that simplifies things. And also gives you a way to donate without fees, which I'm sure PayPal really appreciates me revealing that. So no need for the AirPods tonight because I don't have anybody on here to listen to. So let me see if we got any other donations. We're going to try to get to 120 tonight. That would be a great night. Randy the Macho Man Satterley with 25 more. That gets us to 85. And we're trying to get to 120. So we're, $35 shy? Yeah. Thank you, Macho Man. Very kind of you. I didn't even know Macho Man was watching tonight. And just to tell you, Macho Man donates almost every show. Normally $20 to $25, $50 sometimes. He also has one of my YouTube TV accounts, which is a help. Any extra money we get off YouTube TV goes to help our families as well. I do have one YouTube TV account left. If you live in Kentucky or Indiana, it's very easy. You never have to change your email address. And I can set you up with an account. And by the way, I'm adding NFL Red Zone. If not next week, the week after. It will be activated before week 1 of the NFL season. And the great thing about NFL Red Zone, it's my favorite thing. 7 hours of uninterrupted football. At 1 o'clock, the first games start on Sunday. And it runs till 8 o'clock. In case any of the games run late or run over. Commercial free. They do not do commercials. And if there's a ball inside the 20, that's the game they're covering, no matter who it is. If nobody's inside the 20, then it could bounce back and forth. But they go zip, zip, zip to it where the action is. And if you're at midfield, there ain't much fucking happening, or if you're back on your own 20, you know, and there's action going on in other games, they're going to where the action is. But it's called red zone for a reason. And if the ball is on the 20 or inside the 20, that's where the attention is focused. And there might be 3 or 4 games that have the ball inside the 20. And, of course, you got the 1 o'clock games, and you got the 4 o'clock games, so that divides it up. And then, of course, you have the Sunday night game that comes on after all that. So you got basically 10, maybe 11 hours of football on Sundays, and 7 hours of it is commercial free. So if you would like to have my last YouTube TV account, and if you're in Kentucky or Indiana, you don't have to change your email address. But if you live outside of the state, every 3 months you do have to change your email address. Most people have not found that to be a big deal, because I've got 1 or 2 customers that have done that. And you get like 200 channels plus NFL Red Zone, all the ESPNs, all the news channels, your local channels. And you get all that for $50 a month. That's not too bad. Not too bad. $49.95. And you can't get a TV package like that anywhere. The only negative thing, you can watch that on 1 TV at a time, or else you're going to bump people off. So you do have to watch that on 1 TV at a time. Now, if you want to watch it on television and you want to go to work and watch it on your phone, that's fine. But you can't watch it on both at the same time. That's the only negative, but it gives you access to a lot of entertainment. Most people, I mean, I've got 3 TVs, but I have it on all 3. And the great thing about, if you are the owner of the account, I could show it on 11 TVs as long as they're all using the same Wi-Fi signal. Now, that doesn't work for everybody else, but in this house, hell, I could supply a TV to everybody in the building. But unless you're doing something for me, y'all know the deal. Edge, are you able to help us out a little bit tonight? Doesn't have to be monstrous as you've done in the past, but even if you could do a little tonight, it would be a big help. I'm asking nicely. Mr. Edge. And I think Mr. Edge also has a baby on the way. In the near, if it's not here already. Rebecca is a Venmo, and Natasha has Venmo. Okay. So yes, Natasha, just Kenny-Bolin-1, if you see it on the screen there. And I knew you donated before, I just could not remember where. But yeah, Kenny-Bolin-1. Also looking forward to getting over to, October the baby's due. I knew it was coming up. I knew it was coming. And yeah, Rebecca's on Venmo. Randy Satterley primarily uses Venmo. And yeah, I was surprised to see Jazzy Jana on PayPal tonight, because she's normally Cash App. And God, I think one of my other people that donates from time to time, who's normally a good donor when he does donate, but he's normally Cash App as well. So yes, Miss who am I talking to here? We got Rebecca. Jazzy Jana's already donated. Natasha says she's got Venmo. Where'd she go? There we go. And but yeah, Kenny-Bolin-1. There we go, is the Venmo account. And Cash App is $StarMakerBolin. So yeah, if we got a little something out of Natasha and a little something out of Edge Copeland, that would put us in pretty decent shape for the night, and get some of these people the help that we're trying to get them. You going to bed already? Damn, Becky must be, well, never mind. See, I'm making assumptions. Becky normally hangs in there to the end of the show. So 10:22, we will be here till 10:45. That'll be a 1-hour show. And if Edge or if Natasha make a donation, let me know so I can look and make sure that it went through. And I think we are sitting at $85 right now. We're trying to get to at least $120. And trust me, if it goes a little over that, there's always people that can use the help, but that's the things we're trying to take care of tonight. Very happy we got that roof fixed. We definitely need to get Eunice has sent 5 to. Okay. Oh, I gotta. There might be some donations I don't know about because I need to restart my phone. It's not updating me my current messages, so there might be some donations I don't know about. Because Eunice has sent me 5 messages, but it's not letting me load them. And for some reason on Facebook Messenger, on my Google phone, it can be a pain in the butt sometimes. Does anybody got any questions? Anybody? Now, I think there is a AAA, isn't it AAA Mania or something like that? One of these wrestling shows that's on YouTube tonight. Mainly Lucha Libre wrestling, I think. It's not my particular cup of tea, but I know there's some that like it. That might be why they're on YouTube tonight. I don't know if you have to buy it or if it's just a free YouTube thing. I don't know. So maybe there's some donations here I don't know about. Because my phone needed to update. But yeah, if, well, that wasn't the reason. There just ain't no donations. Okay, so yeah, if we can get Natasha and Edge to donate, if he's capable. I mean, if he's not, I understand. But that might get us above our goal if we got donations from them. So if you're able to do so, just let me know. Okay. Little video there. Okay, all right. Where Dad fell asleep. I wish Dad could make a bed for us. Okay, I see. Well, honey, shop around and let me know how much mattresses are. I didn't realize you guys were sleeping on the floor. Let me know how much mattresses are, and maybe we'll do a special show to try to help get you all some mattresses and pillows. Especially now that it's dry in your house. Okay. That's the same girl that we fixed the roof for. She says they basically sleep on blankets on the floor. She said, I wish our dad could make us a bed. Mattresses are normally about $40 each. She's got 4 brothers and sisters. I'm sure if we got a couple of good-sized mattresses, we can put 2 brothers on each mattress. For 2 of them. And then one for the little girl. And I'm sure I'm sure her mom would need one. So we'll make that a future show and see if we can get those kids some beds. In case there's some of you out there that are sleeping on the floor and like it, let me know. Let's see. We've got Edge Copeland with $34.99. Thank you, Edge. That is a huge help, man. Really appreciate it. And then when we see what Natasha's able to do, that will put us in decent shape for tonight. Can't get any mattresses yet out of that because we already got previous stuff we have to get. But, it might even be possible to put, I don't think we can put 4 brothers on one mattress. I thought we might be able to buy a bigger one and put the 4 boys on one. Who knows? I mean, sleeping on the floor right now. But 4 boys in one bed's a lot. I think if we put 2 boys in each bed, that'd be better. So we'll see what we can do. And let's see here. And Natasha, I need to get back with you to see when we can get over to see you again at Five Guys. Also a sponsor on the show. We haven't been over there in a little while. For various reasons, or she's across the river, and plus we need to wait for her to be there. I think her son's also a manager there. And, we like to make sure everything runs smooth when we go over, and if her and her son are there, it makes it a much smoother transition. And, let's see. Yeah, I know, honey, I know. It is. But thank you, Edge. That was very kind of you to do that. We appreciate it. Do you have a due date for your baby in October? What's the due date? And yeah, we need a due date. And like I said, Natasha, if you're still watching, if you've donated, just let me know so I can make sure it went through. And other than that, let's see, 10:28. We're going to be here till 10:45, give or take a couple minutes. And there's Natasha again. Natasha is one of the people I deal with over at Five Guys, in case y'all are wondering who she is. She doesn't get to chime in on a lot of the shows, but she chimes in from time to time. And yeah, he's letting everybody know where the ways to donate is. Paul RJ watching the show. How you doing, Paul? Yeah, I was just talking about you earlier because my friend, General Manager Mike at Arby's had a heart attack the same night I had my shit happen to me on Tuesday. It's supposed to be by the 12th of October. It seems like one of our Filipino kids is having a birthday October 11th, but I can't remember for sure. And Scooby's birthday is November 11th. Two Cow's birthday, September the 16th. It used to be the 17th, but that's Cornette's birthday. So we wanted Two Cow to have his own birthday. So we moved his birthday back one day so he didn't have to share it. For various reasons. Various reasons. And Jazzy Jana giving a shout out there to Paul. But no, my manager at Arby's had a mild heart attack the same day that I had my issues to where I didn't think I was going to live. And he says he's going to need a couple of stents put in his heart eventually. He hadn't done it yet, but I think it's on the list of shit to do. And told him about you going through that, and you seem to be doing much better because of it. So, yeah, it looks like he's going to be, and he's only in his 50s. I think he's in his early 50s, and I'll be 66 on March the 16th. So yeah, I'm here 15 more minutes, guys. If y'all have any, I knew Edge would have one. I got a question. What's up with Cena dropping the title? Well, he got beat. And see, when you get beat, you have to give the title over to the guy that beat you. That's how it's worked in wrestling, I think, since the beginning of wrestling in belts. So, just to re-explain, John got beat by another OVW boy, Cody Rhodes. And because he got beat, he had to give the title over to, John Cena had to give the title over to Cody. And then John apparently thought he was beat fair and square. And then on the next Raw, he thanked Cody and gave him a big hug. And it's also kind of called passing the torch. Now, who's to say that John might not win it back and actually retire with a belt? Because that was his original plan. That's what he talked about. I'm going to retire with the belt, and I'll be the last real champion, and then y'all fight over this other shit. But John also said what he was being on television was somebody's idea for ratings, and he didn't like it. And eventually overruled it. He said that on television. I don't personally think that they just decided to, I don't like what we're doing, so I'm going to quit doing it. I personally doubt that that's the case, but it makes a great story on television. So, give you a refund. You wanted the fucking answer. You ask you want me to make up shit? You want me to give you a refund? You want to fuck these kids over because you, like Donald Trump, didn't get the numbers and answer that you wanted. So you want to fire the person that gave you the numbers that were real and true. You want fake numbers. You want fake answers. Adam, you're quickly becoming no better than Donald Trump. And oh, by the way, on this show, no refunds. But you asked what's up with Cena. Room, take a vote. Take a vote, Room. Is Adam entitled to a refund because he didn't get the answer that he wanted me to create for him? Like there's some backstage story as to why Cena lost the belt. Cena got beat, Cena handed over the belt. I can't make it any simpler than that. It's been that way since the beginning of pro wrestling. And belts. I don't know who came up with the idea of a belt, but somebody did. I haven't looked into it that extensively. But yeah. Adam Copeland wanting me to make up bullshit stories. So he feels good about his $34.99. Shame on you, Edge Copeland. I gave you the best possible answer I could give you. Now, do I think he'll win it back? Got 4 months to go, 3.5. It's possible. It's possible. But it looks like they're tying John up and other shit, because eventually there's going to have to be the Brock Lesnar thing. We now have the John Paul thing. God. And by the way, I'm getting caught up on Peacemaker. Well, I beat Cena, so the way I see it, that makes me at least a 15-time champion as well. To be the man, you have to beat the man. Well, I beat him. I beat Rico. I beat Matt Capitelli. I beat Mark Henry. I beat The Big Show. I never did beat Randy Orton. I'd like to have had that one. I beat, God, who else? Oh, Rob Conway, NWA World Champion. So I've beaten the NWA World Champion, the ECW World Champion, and Mark Henry. Whatever titles Big Show's held, I beat him. Because Jimmy was very mad at him and had me beat him at the flea market. At the flea market. He wasn't happy about that. That was kind of the go. And if you were leaving OVW, like with Rico and Cena and various others, you pretty much had to lose to me in a loser leave town to give you a reason to leave OVW. So, but to be the man, you got to beat the man. Well, I've beaten the ECW champion, the NWA World Champion, the WCW World Champion, and the WWE World Champion. And probably a few lesser titles along the way as well. And I don't think I beat Bull Buchanan either, but he didn't have any particular titles that I needed to put a notch on my list. So, is Matt the one who... Yes, Matt Capitelli's the one who passed. And I used to give him shit all the time that I beat him with the Porky's elbow. And it was a match that we had to where the stipulation was that if he beat Crony, he got 5 minutes with me. And he beats Crony, he gets 5, but he got hurt in the match with Crony. So you got hurt, but you wanted 5 minutes with me, so this is how it's going to go. And so I just jumped on him, took over, dropped one of the first ever Porky's elbows on him. Because they called me Porky back then. And got a good clean win, 1, 2, 3, no controversy, no nothing, other than beating a man who was severely injured in the match with Crony. I forgot how it happened, but it's on video. I mean, y'all can YouTube it and find it. Conway used to go over and wrestle for... Oh, yeah, he did. He did something I never did. I never worked for Eric Draven. Eric Draven sent me a friend request a long time ago that I never did accept. I forget why. There were some reasons I didn't want to be associated with that. I forget why, but I never did. But Conway used to work for him. But there was something with the Draven thing that made me not want to be associated with that. So I didn't. And I've done forgot why. But I'm a man of principles. All right, we have Paul RJ with $12 more to the cause. Thank you, Paul RJ. But I haven't seen Natasha's donation yet, or maybe she was meaning for the future. I don't know. If I see her name on here, I can write her. I think I got her in my cell phone. Hang on here. Let me see if I can find her. Hey, sweetie, if you're still wanting to donate, you can do so on Venmo at Kenny-Bolin-1. Bear with me. There we go. Alrighty, I sent it to her in her cell phone number. Eric Draven sucks. Well, that's one opinion. That's one opinion. I don't know that was the reason that I didn't go. But I do know that Conway worked for him a little bit, and Conway was a NWA world champion for a little bit, and they had me beat Conway in God, where was it? Not Carrollton, or was it Carrollton? God, I used to remember the town because we used to go there once a month, I think, or once every 3 months. One of the gymnasiums out going towards Carrollton. I just can't remember the town. Maybe somebody else remembers. But I beat him there, and they didn't tell him he was going to get beat, and he was not happy. Jimmy had the referee do a fast count on Conway. And Jimmy was pissed at him over something and had me beat him. So, because I didn't know I was winning either. And then Briscoe did the fast count. My hand got raised. And I was escorted immediately to the back. So, I don't know. Todd Rich, what bases your opinion on that? Adam, is this anybody that, do you know Eric Draven? Are y'all friends, or? Because I don't know that I've ever met him in person. He did send a friend request years ago, I think. And I knew I had a reason I did not want to be associated with that. In case you're all wondering, if y'all can see through the bag, the go bag, there's a lot of orange in there. There's a lot of orange in that bag. Those are pumpkin cheesecake cookies. There's a few of them in there. I possess among the last ones. Because I was told tonight you can't buy them anymore. They're done. Sold out. Nationwide. So if you get one somewhere, you probably weren't supposed to. And send me a picture of it if you get one. All right, here we go. I didn't really want to do a show about why Eric Draven sucks, but it looks like we're going to. Todd Rich says Eric Draven sucks. He brags that Rip Rogers trained him at OVW. Rip Rogers trained everyone. I do not remember Eric Draven being at OVW. What year was he supposed to be there? I was there from 96 through September of 2012. So if anybody can tell me when he was there, and yes, if you want to claim that you were trained by Rip Rogers, whether he actually trained you or not, because a lot of times the students did the training. Mike Mondo did a lot of training. Cornbread, if anybody remembers that name, who wasn't qualified to walk a chicken across the road. They were letting him train classes. A chicken would stand there and look at you and go, what the fuck? He's not qualified to walk me across the road. Chickens make a living crossing the road and surviving. This stupid fuck is going to get us killed. No, we will cross our own highway, and we'll do it without this ignorant fuck, is what would be said. That was Cornbread. So I don't know why you would brag about that. I guess technically you could claim that I was also trained by Rip Rogers, but I wasn't. I was self-taught through emulating and watching Jerry the King Lawler. Everything I ever learned in pro wrestling about how to perform in the ring, how to talk, how to lie. When I say lie, I mean tell a story so convincing that even the locker room believes it. John Cena's been guilty of that. I've cut promos before where John thought that I was telling the God's honest truth about the horrible things I said I'd done to my mother. Because Jimmy would back it up. Jimmy would talk about these horrible things. And I think John believed some of it. And I'm going, my mother lives with me, you fucking idiot. Why would my mother stay there for that abuse if that were the case? I don't know. They say the wrestlers are more often than not the easiest ones to fool. All right, so Copeland may have some defense here. Let's see. Did Rip Rogers ever try to give you advice? Yeah. Yeah, he tried. He wasn't very successful at it, but he tried. Nobody there was very successful at giving me, but If I could choose anyone to train me, it would be Randy Orton. No questions asked. I don't know that Randy does much in the training department, though. And if you'll remember, when Randy was with us, he was a bit of a problem child back then, which he admits. I did find out, well, I don't know if, I was surprised to hear, if this video is true, there's a video floating around that claims how bad The Undertaker hated Hulk Hogan. I thought I was going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say, oh, Taker hates him because of the racist shit. No, it wasn't so much Taker hated him for the racist shit. Taker hated him for ratting out Jesse Ventura for Hogan going to Vince and letting him know that the boys were trying to put together a union. I also heard that the WrestleMania that Hulk Hogan body slammed Andre the Giant on, that Hogan was paid more than everybody else on the card. And that happened at a lot of Manias. As that Hogan's payday, because they felt there was no WrestleMania without a Hulk Hogan, that Hogan's paydays many times exceeded that of the rest of the roster. So he didn't want no fucking union. He was being taken care of. If we start dividing the money up even somewhat equally. And Jesse said he was just trying to go to bat to where the boys, if they retired in 3 or 4 years, could get $500 a month, $1,000 a month. To give them a fucking fighting chance to survive and buy a sandwich if they wanted one. But no, but here's what disappoints me about what Jesse did, though. Jesse got his SAG card. I've been in a few movies, too. I'm going to check and see if I have a SAG card. If I did, I never looked into it. No, my movies weren't as big as Predator, but still, I was in a few. Been in a lot of videos, the Netflix shit and everything. I mean, that ought to qualify you for something, but Jesse says he gets $50,000 a year off his SAG card retirement, but he wasn't eligible to get it till he was 70. And now I'm only 65, so I'd still be 5 years away, and who knows if I'll fucking be here in 5 years, so might not be anything to worry about anyway. But, so instead of Jesse continuing to battle for the boys to get them a union, because it's Hogan that shit on it, the rest of the boys didn't. The rest of the boys wanted a fucking union. Hogan's the one that shit on it and ratted it out to Vince, and Vince did everything could shut it down. Fuck Vince and fuck Hogan. Those are the two that wanted to make sure the boys never got health insurance, protection if they got hurt in the ring, retirement. Hogan and Vince fucked that up. So apparently that's why Taker hated Hogan. Not so much for being a racist little bitch. And why his own daughter wouldn't speak to him on his deathbed. That and the whole "you got me, brother" thing. When Taker tombstone. Well, maybe. That might have had something to do with it, too. Well, there's a name I haven't seen in forever. Terry-O. What's going on? Terry-O, hope you and the prince and the family are well, sir. How's the star of Unreal? Promoting that that series. A two-time Netflix star. Do you have a picture of you with your back to the camera? What's with you and these girls that pose pictures with your back to the camera? I can't figure some of y'all out. No, I had a bit of my own scare on Tuesday. I've spent way too much time on it on the Tuesday night show and the Thursday night show. Because it was early Tuesday morning that I got the scare of a lifetime. And, but no, we're all hanging in there. And, there's a lot of people trying to claim to be the star of Unreal. They got a lot of nerve. But no, Unreal and wrestlers. I actually found 3 of the memes from wrestlers and they were it wasn't me putting them out. They were putting them out because I was scheduled to be in about 3.5 hours. And now, not that they were going to use the whole 3.5 hours, but they shot between 3.5 and 4.5 hours of footage, including an entire podcast here in my house with the entire Netflix crew here with me and Al Snow. And then, as they were putting the show together, I mean, 2 or 3 weeks out, me and Al thought that podcast was going to be a big part of the series. Al thought that I was going to be focused on it because every time they were interviewing somebody, they were interviewing me. Well, there was reasons for that. I was the one that could communicate with them. I was the one that knew the entire history of Ohio Valley Wrestling. I was the one that had worked with everybody, whether they worked at OVW or not. I had segments with Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker, the Hardy Boys. I mean, just all the countless people that had been through. Worked with, obviously, Batista, Orton, Cena, Rhodes. I mean, you name them. If they were here, I worked with them. If they were passing through, I worked with them. The Chris Benoits, the Eddie Guerreros, people that are no longer with us, stories that I could tell that not really many other people could tell from an OVW perspective. And that's what the series was about. So I would have been the best interview. I was there longer than Al. I was there long before fucking Al Snow ever showed up. I was there from the beginning. From August of 1999 through September of 2012, I was there for every bit of it. And played a big role in a lot of it. So who better to have interviewed? And I think they declined the interview, Cornette. From what I heard is that because I told him, I said, if he's going to be a part of this, I will not be. And I told Al Snow the same thing. And I said, if Cornette is a part of this, I would just as soon not be a part of it. And they said, no, he will not be. So somebody at Netflix, I would assume, made that decision. It's not like Jimmy ever turned down getting in front of a camera, as you've seen. Let's see here. Oh, that's a recent picture. That was taken last night at my high school football game. There you go. Are you coaching football now, Terry? I have pictures of you at Six Flags with all those stars. Yeah, hell, Terry, I forgot you were around for a big chunk of that. And plus, Terry, by the way, for you all that don't know, was a ring announcer at for OVW for some of the shows. And didn't something happen on TV once, Terry, where seems like something happened or some controversy that happened to where you weren't playing along with the shit they were trying to do? If you remember that story, because it seems like there was something where they were wanting you to go along with something that they didn't give you the preemptive strike on. And you weren't going along. Was one of the wrestlers trying to fuck with you or something? If you remember that story, remind me, because I vaguely remember it. About them trying to get you to do something that you weren't aware you were supposed to do. If you remember that story. But I remember it was happening on television. Okay, there you go. Well, I knew you were down in Georgia. I haven't seen you in the chat room in quite some time. So, let me check. And maybe Natasha was looking to donate into the townhouse. She might have already gone to bed. I don't know. Well, Bob sent me a picture of something, but I got... Oh, God. Oh, God. I just got a picture of the third birthday party. Well, if $30 did all that. Well, if $30 did all that, then God bless the Philippines. Jesus Christ. Jelly Bean's daughter just turned 3 years old. She's growing like a weed. And we helped out a little bit with the birthday party. She is 3 years old. And various other things we've had to help out with this week. I think the original request was like $60 for the birthday party. And we said, no, we can't do that. And I think it was edited down to $30. And if $30 did all that, that's pretty impressive. That's pretty impressive. Alrighty. Don't know what all that says. I really wanted to get back to work in order to help Eunice. Yeah. Yeah, Eunice is having a lot of tooth pain. Eunice's mother's wanting to get back to work so they can get that taken care of. I have no idea what it would cost. They haven't asked for help on that yet because we had other shit we was trying to take care of. Well, we have passed that 1 hour mark. It's been 1 hour and 9 minutes. And I'm checking the donations there. And apparently, $12 from Paul RJ from Australia was the last donation. We also want to thank Edge Copeland, who donated $34.99. Randy the Macho Man Satterley donated $25. And And Eric Darcy, donated $15. So those, if I remember correctly, are all the donations. And Jazzy Jana did $25 over on PayPal. And let me check Venmo again. Tyler Cox said that he was probably going to be late. He might donate something, a little something later. Let me check Venmo and see who all donated over there. And Natasha, if you donated, we didn't get it. So if you can just update me. No, I don't need accounting and routing numbers. I need to see transactions. Randy Macho Man. Oh, John Van Winkle. I left poor John out. John Van Winkle donated $20 over on Venmo. And Randy Macho Man Satterley with $20 over on the Venmo. And but we do not have Natasha's as of yet. Like I said, I don't even know if she's still watching. Prince was there. Yeah. Let's. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay, now I see the name Jason Wayne involved. Okay, Jason Wayne and the platoon kept telling me to put my eyes down, and they decided to go a little too hard, and I yelled back at Wayne, and Pellet were hot. Okay, that's right. I remember something happened. Now I remember Jason Wayne being involved. I forgot that my son managed him, I think, for a bit. Okay. I actually thought it was pretty funny myself. I was probably commentating over that. But, Terry was the ring announcer that would not be punked out. Apparently, they were wanting him to cower down to the team, and he didn't do it. So, I don't know. To a degree, what Cena does to the ring announcers, demanding to be reintroduced, but I think all of the heels have done that at one time or another. I was honored to play as well. Well, you were there, man. I can't remember how long you were there, but I do remember that night. I just couldn't remember. But I figured being as you were involved, and yes, the Prince was there. There's no doubt about that. And because when I physically couldn't do it no more, he took over. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Well, if you're watching the show and you want to help these families out, and if you would like to donate even a little bit, $10, $20 goes a long way to help these families, especially if 5 or 10 of you do it. It really goes a long way. So if you have it within you to help out a little bit, who knows, maybe even Terry can donate a little bit after getting to tell that great story tonight on the show. He can choose one of those ways to donate. He can choose the QR code. He can do Kenny Bolin at MSN.com. He can do the Venmo. He can do the Cash App. They're all there. They're all right there. What do you say, Terry? Terry going, I knew he had me tell that story for a reason. He's trying to punk me up. Keep your eyes down and donate, Terry. I don't know. Matter of fact, Terry's about the last half a dozen comments. So there we go. So Terry got to be a big part of the show tonight. He's about the last 7 comments. Edge had to hop off. Thank you for your donation, Edge. Appreciate it. And so yeah, if you're watching the show, be it Natasha or Terry or Tyler or whoever from North Carolina or whoever else is watching the show that we haven't already thanked for a donation tonight, if you can help us out even a little bit, if it's $10, $20, whatever you can do, it is a monster help to our families in need, to our Louisville metro area homeless that we help as well. I have my friend Carrie handle that division primarily. We help out a little bit on our end, but she's more physically capable to get out there, find the homeless, and especially in the winter. She goes out during the winter, gives out blankets, hand warmers, hats, toboggans, anything to make sure they keep warm. We've got tents in some cases, and Carrie is and she's got a team that helps her with that. So she kind of handles that division. She's a board member of the 501c3, and we handle more of the Filipino end of things. But also, we're all on the same team helping the same people. So we've got that. And Carrie helps out quite a bit with Filipino families as well, and even donates to the show to make sure, because the 100% of the donations that come here go to help these families. It says right on my tax exemption letter that as long as you donate 5%, you're good. Well, we don't play that shit. 100% of every dollar comes in here goes into a Filipino family's home, roof, mouth, school supplies, whatever it is they need. 100% of the money that comes in goes to help these families. We don't play the 5% shit. Now, if we get monster big, if Anthony Scaramucci and Mark Cuban and Andrew Wang and some of these people start donating some huge ass money, then yeah, we might have to pay some administrators to help distribute the money. But it'll always be 80 to 90% of the money coming in goes out, no matter how big we get, because it doesn't take 95% of the money where you give out 5%. But it says right on the letter, as long as you donate 5%, you're good. Got to donate 5%. And I've seen these politicians' letters. 5 or 10% goes to what you're sending the money in for, and the other 90% goes in their pockets. So, no, we don't play that shit here. That's why we... Oh, thank you so much, Terry. Very kind of you. Let me get your donation here before we go. That's very nice of you to do that. And we got a $10 donation, the only Cash App donation of the night. Thank you very much, Terry. Greatly appreciate it. Very kind of... And like I said, $10, $20, if enough people do that, they add up, man. If 9 more people donated $10 after the show, that buys mattresses for that whole family. We can get that little girl and her brothers mattresses for the whole family. If 9 more people donated $10 after the show. I know we didn't budget for it here tonight because I didn't know about it earlier. But, or if 5 of you donated 20, you know, it's right there. We have the ability to make a huge difference with these people. Bob and I spend a lot of our own money. Bob figured out that I was donating probably 30% of my own money every year. I didn't realize it was that much. But like I said, as long as my bills are paid, I got a roof over my head, I got electricity, internet, food in the refrigerator, you know, I'll be all right. I'll be all right. Most of these people don't have any of the things I just named to you. The roof over their head leaks like a bitch. They don't have refrigerators. They buy rice and do the best they can. Most of the families that we help do not have a refrigerator. We have bought a few over the years. Remember, I've been doing this for 14 years, even before it became a 501c3. And so we bought a few refrigerators. We bought a few washing machines. We built a few houses. We can build a decent house for about $2,000 or less from scratch. And back when COVID money was coming in and we had a lot of extra money between me and Bob and the people donating on the show, we were able to do some pretty cool shit. So hopefully when we have Anthony Scaramucci on the 28th, maybe we can get Mark Cuban involved in a big way, maybe Andrew Yang. The 3 of them alone, we could make earth-shattering differences with these people in the Philippines and our Louisville metro area homeless. Don't know if I can talk them into it or not, but they always kept telling me, Kenny, get a 501c3, we can do a lot more. I'm going to reach out to our corporate sponsors. There's got to be a level higher that we can go. I certainly will, Terry. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'm glad you dropped in on the show tonight, and thank you so much for your donation. That was very kind of you. But yeah, I know that Arby's could probably do more if we reach higher up in the corporate. I'm sure Jimmy John's can do, and they're working on that with me. We're trying to get higher ups at Jimmy John's, because like I said, if we didn't sell one sandwich or one cookie or one dinner box, look at the good we do. And it's tax deductible. A lot of these big ass companies and rich ass wrestlers and people like that are looking for tax deductible donations they can make at the end of the year. So we haven't got to the end of the year yet. Maybe that'll be a big time for us. But spread the word. Let people know what we do. Dave Bautista would be the perfect guest on this show. Yeah, we had our differences a little bit at OVW, but hey, politically we line up perfectly. He's Filipino. I've been helping Filipinos for 14 years. I've had 2 Filipino girlfriends. And I love helping those people because the bang for the buck is amazing. I love helping our Louisville metro area homeless, but we can buy 100 hamburgers for a couple $100. And then a lot of times where we buy them from, we'll match that. So now maybe we got 200 hamburgers, just using scenarios here. I mean, sometimes it's 50, whatever we can afford. And then go downtown and pass out food. Oh, there'll actually be police pissed about that because we're feeding the bears. Don't feed the bears because they'll keep coming back. Yeah, that's the point. We want them to know where the food is. So you can imagine my opinions on ICE. And Dean Cain getting into an argument with a former Republican strategist who thinks it's not cool to be hanging around Home Depots to arrest 70-year-old men that are just there to do work or doing lawn work or whatever the case may be. Dean Cain. Fuck him. There's my political opinion for the night. All right. So, like I said, if after the show, if 5 people donated 20 or if 9 or 10 people donated 10, we can get mattresses for those kids. And they don't have to sleep on the floor. We got their roof fixed. That was a big thing for them. $100, but it's fixed. Most of us can't fix our roof for $100. Most of us don't have a roof where you can just watch the rain pour in from 3 different sections in the house either. So, I'm very happy to get that done. So, until Tuesday night, 9:05 p.m. Eastern, a little bit earlier than tonight, and I gave you all 1 hour and 20 minutes tonight, so you definitely got some extra time. Till 9:05 Eastern, Tuesday night, it'll probably just be me, maybe Coltrane, we'll see. That's a nerd night for Bob. I do not expect we'll see Bob. Bob will probably be back on Thursday. But until then, I'm Kenny the Star Maker Bolin, and I did say. Well, wait a minute. I can't say anything yet. Got to thank our sponsors. Got to thank Arby's, Five Guys, Blaze Pizza, Carrabba's, our good friends at Jimmy John's that catered me tonight. Thank you for that amazing cookie. Yeah, I put it back in the bag, so I wouldn't eat the rest of it. And but thanks to our amazing sponsors, and they do and Blaze for hosting the corporate meeting Thursday. So we appreciate that. And let's see, any chance of getting? Well, wait, let's see a last question go through here. Well, he keeps saying he wants to do the show. I mean, we're friends on Facebook. I write him every now and then. I think Bob needs to figure out a way to show the clip here on the show. Well, yeah, there is a way we can get Boogeyman on. Hang on. As an extra bonus for everybody who watched the show tonight. Give me a minute. There is a way that we can get the Boogeyman on the show. You're all going, well, how are you going to get Boogeyman on the show with this short of notice? Well, this is how we're going to do it right here.
And here we go.
That's right. Bolin. And I don't mean Bolin. Bolin, you got to get me on your show, man. Love you so much, brother. I tell these guys, man, Bolin was when it all started. That's right, man. But you wouldn't let me be a part of it. What was it? Bolin makes songs, Bolin services. Why did you never get me into Bolin services? Well, we'll discuss that on your next show.
Well, there you go. We got Boogeyman on the show. So you ask and you shall receive. Boogeyman was on the show tonight. And you heard him say, I want to be on the show. I love you, man. That's straight out of the Boogie. I didn't write that script. I didn't do it. So the Boogeyman was on the show briefly tonight. I'll write him again and let him know that the fans are demanding that the Boogeyman be on. But he has been very busy doing personal appearances, signing those, and I would say those action figures of him are probably pretty expensive. And when I see him at these personal appearances, he's mainly signing those action figures. So, like I said, the previous 2 shows I've done, every day above ground's a good day. I didn't think there were going to be any more. I know when I went to Jimmy John's today, I didn't think I was ever going to set foot in their store again as of Tuesday. And then they catered my show on Thursday, sent food here to my door, knew that I'd had a rough way to go. Food was sitting on my door waiting on me on Thursday when we got back from the corporate meeting at Blaze. So that's why we were double sponsored on Thursday. And then Arby's, I think we're supposed to go over there early next week to see Mike, who's recovering from his damn heart attack. He's going to be working split shifts, though, instead of all day. So we're glad to hear that. And so now until Tuesday night, 9:05 p.m. Eastern, I'm the Star Maker for all the people that are associated with this show. I did say,